What's happening, troops? I have a bit of a confession to make. It's a site visit day, so don't worry, you're going to get some sexy montages, but I have a wee bit of a confession to make. In my last video, I spoke heavily about focus. It's not even come out yet as the time of recording this, so I know it's coming out, but I'm still choosing to let it upload because I want to show that things can change, right? So in my last video, I talked heavily about focus by doing one thing and only that one thing, and like not getting, you know, like nurturing the fire so it warms you up and then going on to other things and be the foundation of everything. Whilst that is true, right, and that is what I'm doing with McPherson Properties, I have spoken with a friend who is fucking light years ahead of me, right, in this space. And I came to the decision, fucking hell, on a dual carriageway, and a lorry pulls out immediately, sound, right down to 30 miles an hour. And I came out to the decision of doing 4 projects a year, so 1 per quarter, for clients as part of the Generational Wealth Program for McPherson Properties, and leaving it at that, staying at that, right? So that means that's already underway because I've already got the slots filled. I'll have one more slot opening up in January, so if you are interested in joining, then get in touch if you want your HMO portfolio built for you. So I'll have one more slot opening in the first quarter of next year, and then that's it for what could be a very long time because these clients want to do multiple. So that's that, right? And that is still the bedrock, that is still the foundation of everything, right, of what I build everything from. However, I'm going to leave it at that because I'm happy with that. But I came down to England to start my own portfolio. Yes, to start my company and help other people build their own portfolio. That's like a deep-rooted passion of mine. That'll never go away, right? And it's only gotten stronger over time. However, I want to build my own portfolio. And that's it. Enough's fucking enough, okay? So I have worked out that if I do 1 per quarter for clients, I'll still have a lot of capacity, or I'll still have enough capacity to do my own portfolio, and potentially 1 per quarter for me. So that's 2 deals a month. No, less than 2 deals a month. 2 deals per quarter, 1 for me, 1 for client, 1 for me, 1 for client, 1 for me, 1 for client, right? How I choose to scale that next year is another conversation. But why am I telling you all of this? Why would you care about this, right? It's okay to be dead set on something, and whilst maintaining that thing, like that decision you've got, you can change other aspects of it, because I've worked out, I've really thought about this, and that is the best way for me to not only achieve my goals, but make sure that I'm doing it correctly and achievable. You know, it's achievable. It's a fucking big task. Got to raise finance, but at the same time, I'm still achieving my goals, building a company and start my own portfolio, right? Because I realized when I was editing, basically it came from when I was editing the last video, I was like, you know what? I want to start my own fucking portfolio. I want to do that shit now. I need to figure out how to fucking do it, because I'm not going to dilute my service. And the way I am doing that is putting a serious firm cap on how many clients I take on, because I know I can handle 4 comfortably. 5 maybe, 6 no, right? So comfortably 4, so that's what I'm sticking at. And I know with the time that I have left, I can do my own portfolio with the team that I've got, right? Because you got to remember, I am outsourcing a lot, like you naturally would. Solicitors, accountants, builders, building control, architects, structural engineer, interior design. A lot of it is actually being outsourced, let's be real. So I can do that. So I am going to start shifting my branding. Now that I've actually, it's all, like the McPherson property side of things is fucking full. So I don't need to do any more call to actions for that. So I may as well start doing call to actions for raising investor finance. You know, the form is below if you want to invest in a project. What is it basically? You invest X amount, let's say £100,000 into a project, you invest £100,000 and you get, let's say, 15% or 12% or 10% return on investment. You get 15% if you fund the whole project, including the renovation and all the buy costs and such, which is around 350 thereabouts. But normally it's about up to 12%. And basically you beat the bank, you know? If you invest 100 grand, you get 12% back. That's £1,000 per month interest that you're getting plus the 100 grand back at the end of the year. Okay, so it's a good amount. It's a good strategy if you don't want to own a portfolio, but you want to have interest money, like interest paid back to you. Then that's the way, and that's the service. Well, that's the opportunity that I'm providing to people, right? So I know I've completely backpedaled on that fucking huge 10-minute rant I done in the last video. However, things change as you go on. And it can happen like that. But I'm now confident, after working out and really working out with my friend who helped me a lot in this scenario, I'm now confident that this is the right path because I've had someone else look from an outside perspective. There's another little tip for you. You can be so inside something, right? You can't read the label from inside the jam jar. This is what that same friend, I'll say his name, fucking Justin Ingray, Big Justin. That's what he's always said that to me from the start. So when I got him looking at it from an outsider's perspective, whilst he's got all of his experience, we both concluded that this is the best option. And I think that it is, and I'm very comfortable doing it, and it's got me very excited. You know, it's not put any fear into me, it's got me very excited. Holy shit, I might be starting my own portfolio. So this year goal. We've got 1 quarter left. It starts next week, or at this time of posting, it starts this week. It's Monday, right? It starts this week, new quarter, and the goal of this quarter is to get my first HMO. Enough's fucking enough. And still have McPherson Properties up and running. I'm still going to be delegating things within McPherson Properties, you know, like the admin, maybe deal finding on a commission only basis, you know, like there are things I'm still going to do in that. However, 1 HMO, you've heard it here first, I'm going to do it. That is what I came fucking down here to do. Been here 3 years now. So, enough's enough. Let's get this shit on the road. Want to see something cool? Love it. Right, I'm going to take you around the back because the lads are cracking on inside, so I can't record much, but we got one out here as well. It's nice. This is the extension. And this here, we're getting a quote because this concrete slab needs to be reduced down to that level. The trench needs to be dug around here for damp proof, right? That needs to be fixed down there as well. And there's some blocks here that can go there, right? And then when you're doing viewings, the garden was flat up to this extension. So here, you gotta remember this may need taken out because this is a shared access, right? So they take their bins through there, around there, around there. So it has to be made like nice for them to take the bins around. So we're gonna excavate this, take it all out, lower it down, make it like a slight gradual ramp, and maybe put stepping stones and gravel and whatnot. Maybe get rid of this tree, or at least trim it, nice flower bed, and then eventually, who knows, get rid of this tree completely and put a nice seating area there for the tenants. All right, so you can see that's the exterior anyway of Project Sun, and I'll show you a wee montage of the interior. What is happening? Project Madagascar. Love to see it. The rest of the plastering / skimming has taken place. I hope you can see in this darkness. But it has taken place. It's looking good, man. It's looking good. I don't know if I mentioned on the last site visit day that I'm going to be the interior designer. Yours truly is going to be the interior designer for this one. It's 3 studios, 3 double en suites, was a 2-bed semi-detached house, L-shaped dormer, new central staircase, dropped all the floors, new electrics, plumbing, plastering, windows, everything you can think of is brand new. All right, and that was all outsourced to the builders, architects, etc. However, yours truly is the interior designer, and I love that. The clients have their input on it, which is always a benefit in my opinion, because I want everyone that I work with to have their personal touch on these projects, you know? A little bit of their personality, their creativity. Let's see it come out on these projects. This is the L-shaped dormer room. It's good, isn't it? It's good, it's beautiful, it's all been plastered, it's all been done. And this is the last room, the last double ensuite room with the ensuite behind the staircase. It's beautiful, man. All right, can you hear me? All good? Thumbs up. Right, this client has already said, is already like chasing, asking when's the tenant's going to be in, when can we refinance, because I want to have the money out so I can start the next one. So that's a huge sign when clients start renewing and wanting to do more. That's obviously a really good sign, because I onboard clients, investors even, do the end-to-end portfolio building service, but sometimes, you know, they might be like, that's enough for me. Whereas with the generational wealth program, where it's 5 to 10 years and we're not just doing one-stop shop, you know, we're doing everything, you start to see they want to renew, because one isn't going to achieve your end goal. Several of these, usually it's about 3 to 5, and then protecting them with buy-to-lets. That's usually the way. All right, and that's it, man. That's how I'm providing value. And I know I touched on earlier about how I changed my mind, and I've been thinking about it throughout the day whilst I've been doing these site visits. And I was like, fuck, am I a hypocrite? Am I a hypocrite? Do people care? No, people don't care. People have their own shit going on. I want to make it clear that I've said it before, but it is okay to change your path a little bit once you've done a lot of research and you've asked other people who have done what you want to do. And usually it's their advice that I take, right? Because I won't ask some random person, or even a family or a friend, right? If I have a friend who's, let's say, a plumber, 40 hours a week plumbing, nothing against plumbers at all, by the way. So if they do that and they're not an investor with 30 HMOs and 20 buy-to-let, do you know what I mean? Like, they're not where I want to be, then their advice is very, very, very limited. I only take advice from people who have done what I want to do successfully for a long period of time. All right, and that's who I think you should take your advice from. So this channel isn't advice. All this channel is just me documenting my journey. So you're going to see like quick changes in my decision making, all the ups, all the downs, all the lessons, and you're just watching in real time someone trying to make it, man. Just someone finding their own way, finding their own path, and trying to make sure that I'm doing everything properly. But you're going to see mistakes along the way, man. You're going to see mistakes, and it's not like that was a mistake. It was just, I've changed my mind. That's it. And now I'm standing talking to my fucking camera again, you know, trying to justify that shit. All right? And the way I see it, right, I don't even know if I'm providing value in this video. Am I just rambling? Am I just wasting your time and my time? Who the fuck knows and who the fuck cares? All I do know is that I'm now starting my own portfolio, and I've been preparing to do the scariest thing I've ever wanted to do, and that's public speaking, because I've been invited to talk at 2 talks, and that itself is the scariest thing I've ever agreed to do. I've been putting a presentation together, and it's been the lessons that I've learned, the stories from what I've been through, the good, the bad, the ugly, you know the drill. And I'm going to put all of that, I'm going to do a stand-up talk. And I'm too scared to do like a 20-second pitch. I get an anxiety attack, so I've stopped doing them, stopped going to networking events because they're fucking scary for me. So this should be as fucking big and bad as it gets. Let's put you down here. The reason why I'm bringing that up is, I think if you want to get out of your comfort zone, and you might be thinking, I'm too scared to do this, too scared to do that, it's okay to be scared, but it's important to do things whilst being scared. So like when it comes to the me standing up and talking to a camera, I'm fine. I've done countless videos, I've done so many reels and stuff, like it's just natural to me. But at the start I was a bit nervous, and I was you know, what's everyone going to think? And then I realized no one's going to think anyone, because no one cares. So you've got their own shit going on. So talking to a camera is absolutely fine for me, but now it's like public talking, and I want to talk publicly because I want to elevate my personal brand, to be honest. I want to provide as much value as I can to people as well, and I want to raise finance, you know. With social media, I'm really good at fucking finding clients for the end-to-end portfolio building service, and that's just the way that is, okay, which I'm really grateful for. However, when it comes to raising finance, it's not really something I've been successful with on social media, so I feel like talking at events, providing relentless value, showing who I am, showing what I've been through, showing the lessons that I've learned, the expertise, and a bit of an expert positioning, I feel like people would be more inclined to start investing in these projects with me, you know, whether it's like a joint venture capacity or whether it's an angel investor capacity, you know. This is me taking a big leap. I'm fucking terrified, like genuinely, like can't sleep sometimes, but I feel like if I prepare a lot, practice a lot, and get everything down to a T, then it'll obliterate the confidence, the anxiety, because I like the saying that anxiety is just lack of preparation, and if you're extremely prepared, then it gets rid of that anxiety, okay? So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to prepare as much as possible. So I think going up, doing something that I'm terrified, if you're listening to this and you're like, I'm scared of talking at pitches, I'm scared of social media, I'm scared of cold reach, like messaging people, it's okay to be scared, you know. I just think do it whilst being scared until the scared goes away, in the least poetic way I could have said that possible. You know, I think it's important to acknowledge that we are human, and it's fine to be anxious, you know, worried. What are they going to say? You know, are they going to laugh? What if I stutter? What if I forget what I'm talking about? What if I just start shaking? What if I sweat? You know, these are real worries that I'm currently going through for the talks that I'm going to do. And I just think to myself, well, you know what, like, so what that happens? My goal is to get up and stand and talking, and if anything else happens from it, brilliant. If I stutter, great, I'll just lean into it, you know. I think that's the best way, man. And I think it's true when people say that success is on the other side of your fears, and I've noticed that, like, moving to Australia, scary, done it, and it led me to moving back home, starting property, scary, done it. First flip, scary, done it. Moved to Sheffield, start my own company, scary, done it. You know, quit, like, failing, going back to a job and then trying again after previously fucking failing, 10 times scarier than ever starting, you know. So I've done scary shit, and I've done high pressure shit as well. And I think this is something that has always been scary for me, and I'm going right in my comfort zone, and I just hope it inspires one or two of you to do something that's out of your comfort zone. If you fully believe that, if you're like, okay, I'm too scared to do cold outreach to find investors, then I hope this inspires you to go, you know what, Scott's doing that, and he's got bad anxiety, believe it or not, I actually do. He's got bad anxiety, then I can do this, and whatever happens will happen, you know. Most people will ignore you, you know. And so I've had people say no, and you go, that's absolutely fine. However, if you know someone, then feel free to point them my way. I appreciate you getting back to me. It's a very normal, friendly exchange. If cold outreach, for example, is the thing that you're worried about, you know, if it's talking to a camera, just remember, you can edit this. You can chop and change it. If you say, I like to keep it in because it shows it's real, but chop it up. Who gives a fuck? And if you don't like it, delete it. Try again. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, like, and when you do post it, people will go, I want you to sit and think, what were the last 5 Instagram posts that you saw? Or the last 10 Facebook ones? Last 5 LinkedIn ones? You won't fucking remember. That's how much attention you're actually paying. You know, you might be able to think of ones that stood out, but were they the last 5? You know, do you remember the bad ones when someone stuttered? No, of course you don't. You know, like, give yourself some grace, and this is what I'm trying to do. I'm giving myself some grace. Like, when I see someone talk and I see they're nervous, do you know what I think? I think, you know what, good on them. Good on them going up there and fucking facing something that I am too scared to do. Fair play to them. And I feel like really proud of them. Even if it's a complete stranger talking about something that I'm not really interested in. You know, I just like seeing someone do shit that scares the hell out of them, and despite being scared, they do it anyway. That's what inspires me. So that's it, man. That's today's video. And I'm going to leave the montage for this one to the end, because if you watched through all of that shit, if you actually took your time, You deserve to see a sexy montage. You know what I mean? So this is it. And that's that. Remember to like and subscribe. And if you do want to become a private investor, or if you know anyone, then the link is down below. Just fill in the form to get started. All right? I'll see you in the next one.
Timeless and straight.